Hey guys, it's Brandon with Premier Fitness Systems, and today I'm going to take you guys through a 10-minute core class. So before we start, I want to just address some of the principles of core development. When we work the core, we're going to attack it from two different standpoints. One is going to be core thorax, and one is going to be core pelvis. So instead of thinking about your core from the standpoint of having a six-pack abs, I want you to think about it from the standpoint of having stability through your upper body and stability through your lower body, or stability around your thorax, your rib cage, and stability around your pelvis from the bottom up and the top down. The key to developing a strong core is this idea of stacking. We want the ability to create this strong base to move from. And these principles apply to everything you do. They're going to apply to your squats, they're going to apply to your upper body movements, they're going to apply to your lower body movements. Really, we can take this idea of stacking our body and apply it to everything we do in the gym when we're under load. Now, when we get outside of being under load, that might change a little bit, where we want the ability to flex, we want the ability to extend. But from the standpoint of developing really good base strength, we want to understand this concept of stacking. So if I'm in a tall kneel, which is this position here, I want to think about getting out of this extension pattern. So if my butt is out and my rib cage is up, I'm extended. I'm now driving stress. I'm driving some shearing stress into my low back. So in this position right here, if I get my butt underneath me and get my rib cage down, I'm now in a really good stacked position. This brings us to our very first drill, which seems very simple, but is a very powerful drill to then start to expand upon. From a tall kneel position, I'm going to get my pelvis underneath me. I think about my belt line, or if I had a belt buckle, I want that belt buckle to be tilted up or to be neutral. I want to sense my hamstrings, sense my glutes, and I'm just going to fall forward to where I feel this whole posterior chain kick on. And we're going to hold for 10 seconds. So we're going to do 10-second isos, we're going to reset it, and we're going to start with 3 sets. So again, I'm going to start in this tall kneel position. I'm going to get my butt underneath me. I want my rib cage down. I'm going to fall forward. I feel my hamstrings, feel my glutes, and I'm going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to reset it. Looks pretty easy, but it actually is a lot of work. We're going to go again, butt underneath, stack the body, fall forward just a little bit, feel those hamstrings, feel those glutes kick on. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reset it, shake it out a little bit. We're going to do it one more time. Pelvis underneath, stack the rib cage, fall forward just a bit for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to relax. Now I'm going to have you guys lay on your back, and we want to get that same position. So our feet are going to be underneath our knees. My feet are hip distance apart. And I'm actually going to have you guys start with extension. So this extended position, there's space between my low back and the ground, and I want you to just get out of it. So now there's that belt buckle again. I tilt the belt buckle. Let's extend. Let's get out of extension. Okay? Extend. Get out of extension. See if you can bring your butt just off the ground, but your back, your low back stays to the floor. Let's get a couple more of those. Extend. Get out of extension. Let's go one more. Extend and get out of extension, and we're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. When I'm in that position, I actually feel my abs working to anchor in my pelvis. So that's going to be an example of a core pelvis exercise, okay? Now, in the same position, we're going to drive up into a bridge. So butt comes underneath, belt buckle comes up. We want to maintain that position as I drive up into a glute bridge, and I'm going to slowly bring one foot off the ground and my knee into my chest, and we're just going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep the hips up, switch feet, butt stays underneath, left knee comes in, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and let's go ahead and foot down and relax. The key to this is that as I drive up, I don't lumbar extend, so we want to maintain that position. We're going to do it again. Hips come underneath, tilt the pelvis, belt buckle comes up, drive into a glute bridge, drive through the floor. Let's bring that right leg up slow. Don't lose your pelvis for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch, left knee comes in. Maintain your pelvis for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Foot comes down, and we're going to relax. Now we're going to flip over. So now we're going to work a short plank. So instead of just being in that regular plank, we're going to keep our knees on the ground, and we're going to work that core thorax stability. So again, we have to stack the rib cage and the pelvis. So my forearms are going to start on the ground. I'm going to press away from the floor, and I think about pulling my rib cage towards my pelvis. I find a good neutral position, press the floor away, stack everything, hold, and then we're going to set it down, we're going to shake it out, and we're going to do it again. You're pulling your rib cage towards your pelvis. Press away from the ground, knees stay down, press, pull your rib cage down, bring your butt underneath you, loose neck, strong position. I'm shaking because my core is working. I'm going to reset, and I'm going to do it again. Let's get one more time. Press away from the ground, press, spread your shoulder blades, pull your rib cage down, butt stays underneath, nice loose neck, stay strong, breathe, hold that position, and relax. If you're doing it right, it should be a little bit harder than you think. Okay, we're gonna come into a half view. So from this perspective, my right leg is up, and I'm just gonna get my pelvis underneath me. So if I stick my butt out, I tuck it, I find that stretch. I'm then gonna bring the knee down. I'm just gonna sit back, find a little bit of a stretch, come up, switch sides, butt underneath, find the stretch, put the leg down, sit down, a little bit of a stretch here, get what you can, you come back up, you're gonna do it one more time, okay, butt comes underneath, belt buckle, find that stretch, breathe, relax, sit down, kick back, good, and switch one more, butt underneath, feel that stretch, breathe, nice and strong, release just one good deep breath, and relax. Okay, we're going to flip back onto our back. Okay, now we're going to attack that bridge again, and now we're going to work a little bit of tempo. Okay, so same thing applies, pelvis comes underneath, I find that position, I'm going to drive up, and I'm going to walk you guys through this first, and then we'll go. So drive up without lumbar extending, Hands can be on the ground, make it harder here, and now it just becomes a march. Drive through the ground, maintain that strong position, okay? We're gonna do 10 aside, so do this with me. Butt underneath, drive up, hands can be down, hands can be up. Right knee in, left knee in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 10, and go ahead and relax. We want to get the glutes there. You might get a little bit of the quads as well. Okay, short side plank. My knees are bent. My knees are going to stack. My elbow is underneath my shoulder. My palm is down. We want to make sure that we don't get all the weight on the elbow. We want to distribute the weight throughout the forearm. Get the hips underneath you as much as you can. We're going to drive away from the ground, and I'm going to pull this forearm to the roof. This forearm is pressing through the floor. Hips come up. Press, hips come up. Spread. Drop the hips, and we're going to drive back up. So let's do that 10 times and really exaggerate pulling your body apart. Okay, here we go. Ready, up, pull, down, up, 2, down, up, 3, down, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, we want to get that oblique on the bottom side. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Left forearm down, knees are stacked, get your hips underneath you, press away from the ground and reach. Ready, and lift. 1, hips down, up. 2, 3, there's 4, there's 5, inhale, exhale, press, 6, 7, there's 8, good, 9, and 10, okay, perfect. Let's come back into this tall kneel. Now all we're gonna do is we're just gonna drive backwards. We're gonna flow backwards. So I get my belt buckle underneath me, I find my core, I load back, I load the quads, and I pull back. You're only gonna go as deep as you can without knee stress. I wanna make sure that you guys do not get knee stress. You should feel the quads and the core. When we bend back, we're not gonna lose that stacked position. It's probably better perspective from the side. Hips are underneath, we're gonna do this 5 times. Hips are underneath, arms strong at your side. Flow back, pull yourself out of it is 1. Okay, flow back, pull yourself out of it is 2. Strong, flow back, pull yourself out of it is 3. 4, 1 more. And 5. Okay, now let's finish with some regular planks. This is a pretty short class, more foundational, but we're really laying the framework as we progress. So let's go 45-second planks. We want to honor these same positions. My rib cage is down, my pelvis is underneath. I'm pressing away from the ground. I'm going to be strong. I'm going to go ahead and start my timer so I can do it with you guys, and we'll complete the exercise. So ready? 45 seconds. Press away from the ground, loose neck, abs are tight, rib cage is down. Think about your ribs pulling to your pelvis. Everything is active except your neck. Press, holding tight. About 30 seconds in right now. And relax. Your cage is down, pelvis is underneath you. You guys are going to see this theme a lot. Okay? This is a principle that we want to honor, that I ultimately think is the most important principle to understand when you're training, is the ability to stack. If we can maintain a stack and then load positions, we're going to get stronger while minimizing risk. And that's what we're after. We're after tissue adaptation, we're after energy expenditure, we're after building strength, we're after hormonal changes, but we don't want to drive our body into this stress response where we end up tweaking our back. That's it for this class. Super simple, but very, very beneficial for you guys. Hopefully you found that, you found that interesting, you found that beneficial, and I will look forward to coming back again. Thank you.